Hi, if you're over 40 years old, you would like to watch the video, and here's the reason why. And here we are with my friend training, and he's over 60 years old, and he will train exactly the same that I will train, for example, a young bodybuilder. Will be some difference, for example, on the weight, on the resting periods, on the nutrition, and that's another subject here. Training will be one of the components, one of the key factors in order to not to stop, but to delay this sarcopenia effect, which is basically the loss of muscle mass. For what it happens, okay, for that you have to talk to the doctor. I'm a coach. I'm here to give you one of the solutions that she or he will suggest, and that's for sure. So this movement, this new necessity to do the resistance training will help you to build some muscle and to stop that process, to delay that process. You will have more needs of bricks, proteins, in order to fulfill that necessity. Protein is not that protein goes itself into the muscles and it make you grow. No, that's not what happens. What happens is that protein is split by enzymes in the digestive system into amino acids. Those amino acids are going to be the bricks that we need to delay the sarcopenia process and to build some muscle mass that you will keep along the years by training, resting, and eating. Enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, enough talking. Let's get to work and let's start with a classic. You know what I'm talking about. You can see it. You can see he's starting with pull-ups, as I always suggest. In his case, he can do many. We've done many sets at this very moment on this video. He's going through the last reps of the last set, so he's helping himself with his foot in order to go up, and then he locks up and goes slowly down by himself. That is already a big time training for your lats. Time to go to the cable machine, and here we have many possibilities. Short grip, wide grip, and the position of the hands will also detect what is the impact of the exercise in your lats. Supinated grip, pronated grip, something in between. We'll go towards more the supination, because supination will be towards the biceps right towards the body. So it will be also supinated grip. In this case here, we're using the supinated grip, wide grip, and the idea is to pull the shoulders up and down in order to get a good stretching of the latissimus dorsi and a good flexing of this muscle also. The way the hand is traveling in supination, like we already said 3-4 times, full range of articular motion. Use a weight that will allow you to do quite a few sets, between 3 and 5 sets. You can start with 3 and eventually you add 1 set per week until you hit the 5 sets. Control the weight. There's always a way to progress the exercise without touching the weight. That will be cleaning up what you're doing. Nice and steady, not too much swinging. Don't pull with your lower back. Use your elbows to go straight up and straight down. Get your shoulder up and your shoulder down. Here, like the dog is doing himself, and doing very well actually. And here we change the grip to supinated grip. Same technique, shoulder up, shoulder down. Cut the momentum by holding a tiny bit when you are at the full stretching, and cutting the time slightly also when you're on the full flexing. Of course, all of this is going to work only if you put other things into the equation. Nutrition has to be there, and you have to rest. Nutrition, okay, that you will talk to your nutritionist. With me, it's about the training. With you, will be about the resting. That will be on you. So this is what I suggest. along the time where you will be training 3 times a week, many sets, many angles, different grips, and so on, you might develop some adaptation to it. So you might need to increase the volume of training. However, training so hard 3 times a week won't give you too much space for adding sessions and resting properly. So this is what I will suggest you to do. Here we're coaching a bit the dog, touching the muscles that we are concerned about in order to create some more awareness. So here what I will suggest you to do. Add anyways an extra 2 sessions, but on these sessions you're going to train other muscles that they need to be addressed and we haven't done it properly. For example, rear delts, calves and abs one day, and the other day can be lower back, hamstrings, and again you can choose between abs and calves depending what is the necessity out of the visual that you get of yourself. That will put us on a more training situation along the week, and every time you move, you flex and you stretch, you are promoting this protein synthesis. The body will have to adapt to this environment that you're giving it, and we have to be more efficient on the synthesis of protein, and for that you have to include more protein into your meals. One of the ways that we can include some more protein eventually could be adding some shakes. But first of all, check that your diet is correct, and perhaps just by eating you are having enough of what you need, that to discuss with your nutritionist, and you don't need extra protein out of shakes or whatsoever. On here we are going through a classic of the classics. Pullovers, cable pullovers. On this one, I will recommend you to take your time. At the moment of stretching, give time for the stretching to happen. Pull the hip the opposite direction of the pulling of the cable in order to get a really good stretch of all the lat. And then when you go forward, thrust your hip and squeeze your hand tight on your labs to create that muscle flexion. Hold it also a tiny bit. Hope this will help you. Remember to train, like and subscribe. Cheers.